Damn, son, where'd you find this?
What up, YouTube? It's your boy NLCP Gaming, and today, right now, I'm bringing you some gameplay from the Division beta. It was the beta, like I just fucking said, and these are just like my thoughts, impressions, dislikes, whatever. You know, I'm just gonna spit some real shit to you, and you know, I keep it real with y'all niggas. You know, I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit, but let's get into it. So I was playing Division. I was hyped for it. I was hyped for the beta. I'm like, this might be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be fun. It's something new. I mean, it's not nothing new, but it's like it's a new game. You feel me? And take you back. I was excited for Destiny beta. Like, I fell into the hype train to Destiny, and then when I played that beta, I was just like, what the fuck is this bullshit I'm playing? Like, that shit was boring. Like, I don't understand how niggas get excite joy out of that game. That shit sucks. It's ass. But Division, when I gotta say, it's a fun game. Well, I would say this: the beta was fun until you did everything. Like, once you did all the little missions and stuff, and you spent some time in the dark zone, it was just like, this game is boring. But it is the beta. It's a lot of stuff locked out, so I'm not gonna say the final game would be just as boring. It won't be. It will be more shit to do. You feel me? And so that's some of my likes though. I like the missions. The one mission they did give you, it was cool. The shooting is good. It's fun to play with friends, and that's just about it with the likes. I love that. I would say this on my PC, I didn't have no performance issues. But I do know that other people had issues with their beta. Like, some people want to get 60 frames in the city, frame drops all around, the textures wasn't streaming in. I would say on mine, it wasn't no problems. I'm not saying that the game is not optimized or it is optimized, but just on my PC, it was decent. I got 60 frames on 1080p. I had mostly ultra. I know I turned all that shadows. I turned all the shadows and shit off. Like, who the fuck cares about a shadow, you know? But everything else, I know my texture quality was on 100% or the highest. And I turned some of that, like, depth of field and shit off. So I'm not going to sit here and say I had it all maxed out, because I didn't, and I didn't want it maxed out anyway, because half them features are, what's the word I'm looking for? Useless. It really doesn't matter if they're on or not. But when I first started the game, I was just like, damn, this game, it looks nice, you know? I know they downgraded the graphics a little bit, but it still looks nice. On PC, it looks nice. I seen that shit on consoles, and I was just like, what's this, a PS2 game? I feel bad for y'all. But some of my dislikes in the beta was, I did have a bug where my mouse, I couldn't aim and shoot with I couldn't select anything with my mouse. Basically, my left mouse button and my right mouse button was both like, it wasn't working. So I had to play with a controller, which I should have been doing anyway, since it's a third person game. But I found my shooting to be like way better with a mouse and keyboard. So, you know, I dealt with playing with a keyboard on the third person game. It wasn't bad. It was just, you know, it's a lot of controls. But and what made that bad, the switch to the controller, was I was so used to a keyboard, I didn't know no controls for the controller. So my dumb ass, I decided to go to a dark zone without learning the controls, and I got fucked up because I didn't know well, I soon learned the button for cover, but it was a little bit too late. They was headshot me, you know. But what else did I not like? I don't like the fact that, I don't know, it's like, I guess it's a RPG and whatnot, but I don't know what I was expecting with the shooting, but the whole RPG attack aspect of it, where you just shoot and it, you know, it attacks, and it takes off health and whatnot. You know, like what I'm looking for, like like a RPG basically. I thought, cause I didn't watch no gameplay videos. I do not watch Ubisoft gameplay videos, except they E3 one, because as we all know, Ubisoft lies about graphics. So I didn't really watch no gameplay video. So I'm thinking like, okay, it looks like a realistic shooter. I'm thinking just a headshot gonna be an automatic kill, and just 2 or 3 shots would kill everybody. I was thinking like I won't say a Call of Duty type shooter, but like, you know how in Call of Duty you could kill somebody with like 3 shots. You know how you kill people in Call of Duty. I thought that was how. I thought it was gonna be like that in the game, but it wasn't. It was more RPG, more Destiny like, which after a while I got used to, and I started to like it, but it just wasn't my expectation. My expectations was wrong. I should have never even thought that, but that's just my thing. I'm not gonna say that was a dislike. It was just a thing I noticed. Also, what I noticed was in the beta that after a while it got boring, and then I just didn't want to play anymore because I learned that our characters was not carrying over to the main game. So I was just thinking to myself, why the fuck should I play this now? I did all the missions. It's only the dark zone left, and I could collect all this rare shit. But once the final game come out, I'm gonna have to restart from the beginning. So why should I even spend? Why should I invest my time into it? You feel me? But besides that, am I gonna buy it on the first day? If I could get it for $30, yeah, which I can. I could easily get the game on for $30. But more than likely, I'm not buying this on the first day, because that brings me into another thing, and it's the DC policy. I just do not. I don't agree with it. They delayed this game one time or 2 times, however many times they delayed it, and you mean tell me that you still have this planned DLC that you could have put in the game? Like they got because right now I think you only play in Manhattan or No, you don't. Bronx is left out for DLC. You only play in one area, one section of the game right now, one section of New York, and they're gonna come with the other areas of New York soon in DLC. But my thing is, if you're gonna delay the game and you still have this planned DLC, why not give us, why not give us a fuller game with more areas to explore? Like, I don't know how the final game will be, but while I was playing the beta, you could easily walk from one area, and this is not in the dark zone, this is in the regular gameplay area. You could easily walk from one area to the next, and I was just like, this is too easy. Like, they should have enemies all around where by the time you get to the next area, you should be low on ammo. That's how many enemies they should be having between areas. Like, I should not be. If this is I guess you could say like a post depressed, not depressed, but not post depression. But like, if this is supposed to be like I guess you could say survival type game where everything should be low. Everything should be low. Like, all the supplies should be low. Ammo should be like scarce. I shouldn't be having full ammo all around. I should have to work for the ammo. That's just my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel, but in a game like this, I would love it if you was like scrapping for ammo. And what could even make that even more better is if you had more enemies that you waste the ammo on, and now you gotta put strategy into it. You feel me? But once again, this is the beta, so I don't know how the final game will be as far as enemies in the city. But right now in the beta, that's another problem with it, was it's a running simulator where you just run into one area to the next. And I think if they just put enemies all around the battlefield and whatnot, it won't be as much as a running simulator. It will actually be some strategy, like, should we go down this way or should we try to cut down some corners, whatever. But right now, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. It could be that is the beta, so they locked they locked a lot of stuff behind. Cause I know they locked a lot of character creation and clothing behind the beta. Like they didn't add all that in the beta, which is cool. You know, you don't want to give away everything. And I didn't have a problem with the character creation. My character, I clicked like randomize once, and I got a character that looks something like me. So I was just, I didn't have a problem with it. I knew they was gonna lock the creation behind like the beta. They was gonna lock it in the beta. So I didn't expect much. You see what I'm saying? But as far as the Dark Zone go, once the real game comes out, the full game, the retail version, it's gonna be so much better because you can actually keep the items. Right now is like, why? I mean, it's what I said earlier. Why put 10 hours into finding, some weird rare items for you to just get reset once the final game comes out? But those are just, that's about it. That's all I gotta say. I kind of wish they wouldn't fuck us over with the DLC, but I mean, that's all these game companies like to do nowadays is fuck the customers over. If it was up to me, if I was in charge of this game, I would have gave you the full New York, all the boroughs, Bronx, Harlem, Manhattan, Red Island, whatever. I don't know all the boroughs in New York. I had an F in geography. But I would have gave you the full game. DLC would just been, some guns, maybe some clothing. There wouldn't be no missions behind DLC. That's fucking dumb. But I'm pretty sure it might be some missions behind DLC. Let's see what else. And that's about it. It wouldn't be a DLC filled game, as I'm guessing it's gonna be. Like, they're gonna have to keep the content coming, because especially on PC, like, I don't see it having a long lifeline on PC. I give it about a month before everybody just move on to the next thing. It won't. I say in a month, it might drop from. I can see on first day it's been like more than 500,000. But after a month, I can see it being in the 10,000. The 10,000s, 50,000, 60,000, whatever. I don't see it being a long lifeline on PC, just because they lock so much behind the DLC paywall. It pains me that they do this. Like, I'm tired of games being filled with DLC. Why can't we get full games nowadays? Is it as bad as Destiny was? No, because you actually have a storyline in this game, and you don't have to wait a fucking year to pay $60 to pay a storyline that should have been in day one. But that's a whole nother story. It's people that trash Destiny. I'm not about to get into it. But one other thing I want to add though was, and this is strictly my opinion, and I admit it's a dumbass opinion for the type of game that's not Destiny. It's a dumbass opinion for the type of game Division is. But it's so many cars on the street. I would love it if me and my guys, me and my crew, could get in one of these cars and just drive around. But they have a game like that where you could drive around in your crew in New York. It's called Grand Theft Auto 4. So if I want to do that, I might as well play Grand Theft Auto 4, right? So that's why I say it was my dumbass opinion. But that's about it. I know this video long as hell, but I just had to talk about the game, give my impressions. It was a fun beta at first, but then it got boring as fuck, and it got useless because your character wasn't carrying over. But that's about it. Is it a day one buy? Yes. If I was on consoles, I would buy it day one for $60. But since I'm, on a better platform, I still won't buy this. I might buy it. I will wait a year until like more DLC come out, and I buy like the Game of the Year edition, so that you don't get fucked over with all the DLC that's gonna come out. But yeah, that's about it. Subscribe if you like it. Like it if you subscribe. I fucked that up. I don't really care. This is one take. Subscribe if you like it. Like it. Share it. Tell your mama about it. And that's about it.